What's up, YouTube? I just wanted to get on here tonight. First of all, I want to let you guys know that this shirt is on RareJewelsLLC.com. You can get this shirt, and they also come in sweatshirts, um, t-shirts, and hoodies. Um, I just wanted to come to you tonight and talk to you about when you go to a church and it's welcoming, or when you go to a church and it's unwelcoming. Us as Christians need to show more love, more compassion, and be more welcoming when new people come into the church. I've been at churches before, and some churches were welcoming and some were not. Um, when you go to a church that's welcoming, you feel like you're supposed to be there. You feel like in your heart that they're full of love and compassion. Versus if you go to a church, I've been at a church before and I felt like, oh my God, I don't want to be going to this church because the people here are not, people can discourage you, are not loving and caring and compassion as the church claims to be. um, us as Christians need to be more loving and have more compassion and be more caring. Um, I've been at a church before and I just felt like I shouldn't have came here. Why did I come here? Um, this is not going to be the church for me. I know a lot of people feel that way because that's why a lot of people don't come to God, is because they feel like Christians are overrated. They feel like Christians are not who they claim to be, not so loving, not so caring, not full of compassion. So I just want to encourage saints to be more loving and carry more compassion, have more compassion. When new people step into the church, don't look at them crazy because they not might not be wearing what you expect them to wear. They might have not even been going to church as long as you have to be covering up as much as you would. Don't talk about people. Pray for people. Pray for people if they're not what your standards are. Pray for people. We need to pray for people more than ever before. We need to, instead of judging, I've been judged before walking in the church and people look at you up and down like, what are you doing here? Like there could be no place for me to fit in. Uh, Not saying that I have to fit in, but just up to their standards, to meet their standards when I walk in the church, because I haven't been I haven't been I'm not gonna say like I'm a vet at Christianity or anything. Um, I'm slowly just now coming back to God, and it feels good. And I just wish that more churches were. I love the church that I go to now. The church that I go to now is very welcoming, it's very loving, it's full of compassion. Everybody says, hey, how you doing? Welcome to church, and very, very caring, very full of joy. When I walk in, they're not looking at me crazy. Um, and a lot of churches have those problems. Don't let that discourage you, is what I'm trying to say. Don't let it discourage you to not trust that God is real. Don't let that discourage you to not believe in God, because He is real and He can save your life if you let Him. My advice would be to, if you go to a church and they're looking at you upside down, they're looking at you crazy, is to, first of all, maybe you should pray for the church, and maybe you should either find a different church where you feel more comfortable, where they're more welcoming and caring. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say tonight. I want to encourage you guys to go check out my shirts as well. I'm sort of new here on YouTube. Last year, I didn't really post none because I was new to YouTube and didn't really know what to post. But I want this channel to be more open. I want this channel to be more focused on God more than anything. And I just pray that you guys have a blessed upcoming new year. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. I hope that Christmas was a blessing to you guys this year. I know a lot of people have lost loved ones. A lot of people are feeling down. A lot of people are feeling lonely. Don't let that discourage you. God cares about you. God loves you. And be encouraged. Start putting on praise music. Encouraging yourself. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. I finally found the church that I feel comfortable, like God is welcoming me, you know. I lost my mentor like a couple years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. I lost my mentor, and I kind of felt discouraged after that because um, she was helping me throughout my walk in Christianity, very loving, very supporting. She was there for me. Her church hosted me and my family when we were homeless twice. They hosted us twice because we were homeless for a while because we were having a hard time getting into shelters because you couldn't get into a shelter if you weren't homeless, if you didn't become homeless in the city or town that the shelter was in. So they only had one shelter, one family shelter when I became homeless, and they were full. So we had to stay at churches and go through a different program than a regular shelter. But I just want to encourage you guys, don't feel defeated. If you're looking for a church, pray about it. Ask God, because He answered my prayer. I was praying and asking God for a church because I'm new to this town that I live in. I've only been living out here for a couple of years, and because of COVID, the church was closed down, and something in my heart kept on telling me to get in contact with this church, and I'm so glad I did because they're so loving, they're so caring. They make you feel so welcome. Um, and I just want to encourage you guys to keep trusting God, keep trusting Him, that He will open the door of a church for you if you're looking for a church. And don't let the bad churches, I'm not going to say they're bad churches, but don't let the evil people inside of the church discourage you from trusting in God or and finding a church that fits you. And maybe it's just you, or maybe you have a family. Don't let that discourage you. Keep pressing, keep praying. God will answer you. He will open the door for you. And I just want to ask you guys, just Christians, pray for me. You can call me Jules. Um, I want to call you guys gems on this channel. I want you to be gems. I want this channel to be where you fit in at. And want it to be very down to earth and very open and very caring. And I just hope you guys have a good and blessed New Year. I'm going to try to get on here again before New Year or around New Year's. So, and keep on dropping things for y'all on this channel. But that's all pretty much tonight. I wanted to talk about be a Christian that is welcoming. Don't be so judging when new people come into the church. You could discourage them. If you haven't noticed, you might discourage them if they walk into the church and you're so judging, or you're looking them up and down like they shouldn't be there. Be loving, be caring, be welcoming. Have joy when new people come into the church. At least they step foot in the church. They're wanting God. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Have a good night. Be blessed.